Okay. Right, is he coming in? Because we're about to start now.
All right, he's coming in now.
Okay, sure.
Hi, my friend also got kicked out.
Okay,
Saf,
moment.
yeah.
My friend couldn't join the meeting because the host has locked the meeting, so he's unable to rejoin.
Yes, I have unlocked it.
All right, thank you.
Can he join now?
All right, I'm telling him to retry right now. All right, Anton is in.
Okay, that's
Thank you.
great. Okay, so please try not to be disconnected, right? We do not want to have people to come in, but if you have, please just drop me a text on a message, private message, right? Thank you. Live stream looks good. We are live. We're live. Okay, we're live now. Good. Right. Now just screen. Okay, welcome everyone to the Next Big Idea 2022. It's our first edition. The challenge itself aims to help idea stage startups, aspiring entrepreneurs to get quality and valuable feedback from the judges who are entrepreneurs and investors themselves. We do also want to empower young people in Singapore Polytechnic, both alumni, student, as well as the members of Singapore Polytechnic Graduate Guild, and of course our co-organizers, SAFRA Entrepreneurs Club, and SAFRA members itself, right? So this event was only possible with the support of both SPGG and SAFRA Entrepreneurs Club, and main organizer, Gen Singapore, represented by myself, will be running this program for you. So today we have judges, three judges, including myself as a host. We have Mr. Robin Ng. He is the board member of Singapore Polytechnic Graduate Guild. He runs an interior design company. Before then, he retired in his 40s, and he stays on supporting and paying it forward at Singapore Polytechnic Graduate Guild as a board member, right? He also do angel investments from time to time, right? And next we have Mr. Jovan Tan, he's the chairman of SAFRA Entrepreneurs Club. He's also the chief evangelist of TRIA, right? And he has both the entrepreneur experience and also supported as as investment associates in a couple of venture capital firms. Next, we have Miss Liu Anzi. She is representing Quest Ventures, and she herself is the founder and director of Australia-based education technology company. And they have a community of over 5,000 international students in her business, right? So she is also representing Quest Ventures as an investment representative, looking at potential investments in idea stage, early stage companies. And we hope that this journey with us would be meaningful. Of course, we are looking towards the prizes for this program. And we would say that, with the collaboration with Gen Singapore, we're able to bring 3 startups today. There'll be 3 winning teams, particular ranking to join the Entrepreneurship World Cup Singapore national quarterfinals, right? And today's program as follows. We'll start off with the idea stage pitch, 12 teams for for 3 minutes pitch per team and then 2 minutes of Q&A. Then we go for a short break while the judges evaluate the team. And then we go for the next part with the early stage pitch, which are 5 teams to do the pitching. And then we'll have a short break and announce the results at the end of today, right? We'll target and everything before 9 p.m. So the idea stage teams, because we have 2 teams that are being made it for today, we have a total of only 10 teams, and as follows: Don Fragrance, Treven, the second base, SB Upcycling, Lux Event, Unlux, XPX, Arms, Abrandimi, Dream Alive, and One Folio. Without further ado, I would like to invite Dawn Fragrances to share your screen. You may begin. I'll give you a cue to start. Please share your screen.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Right.
Okay, so setting a timer. You're right. You may begin.
Right. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sanjeev from Dawn Fragrances, and welcome to our pitch deck. We'll first start things off by talking to you about the problems we have discovered within the fragrance industry. Firstly, we have the non-disclosure of ingredients. A lot of the bigger brands out there are not completely transparent about what goes into their products. And a lot of these ingredients can have detrimental side effects, especially to those with sensitive skin conditions. These side effects include respiratory issues, burning sensations, nausea, vomiting, and in worst case scenarios, can even lead to liver and kidney damage. The next problem we identified is how expensive some of their products are. A good bottle of perfume can cost over $100, and not all of us have that kind of money lying around ready to spend. To substantiate the problems that we have raised, we actually released a survey that received over 200 respondents a few months back, of which 70% of them are not actually aware about the ingredients that go into their products. And 55.7% of them stated that their ideal price range is between $50 to $100. So what is our solution to the people? Well, first, we want to introduce a natural product, one that's safe for everyone to use, especially those with sensitive skin conditions. Next, we want to include a price-friendly product, one that those on a tighter budget can easily afford, so that we can share the experience of using a good product with them. As for the product itself, this is how it will roughly look like, and it contains 3 different ingredients: pure essential oils, non-denatured grain alcohol, and glycerin. This brings us to our tagline: closer to nature. We want to use materials and ingredients that are not only safe for the environment, but more importantly, safe for human consumption. When we talk about the production cost, it costs only $7 right now for us to create one of our bottles of perfume. If we chose to sell them at $40, we would create a staggering profit margin of 82.5%. When we look at the production processes, right now we make our products by hand. These are some of the prototypes that we have completed, tried and tested successfully. Of course, further down the line, we'll be looking at more effective and efficient ways to create our products, maybe through assembly lines or even machinery. When we look at the market size, we want to target the entire Singapore population, including those that already do not use perfume products. This is because we want to take the ideology of the blue ocean strategy. Now, 1 in 10 adults in Singapore actually suffer from eczema. And this doesn't even begin to include the kid and teenage population and other sensitive skin conditions. These are the people that will truly benefit the most from our products. When we look at desirability, between the non-users and users from our survey respondents, over 86% of them actually intend to buy the product that we have proposed to them. Finally, the 5 of us poly students will definitely struggle to establish ourselves successfully within a very competitive fragrance business. This is why we have the aid of Mr. Cloud Shamoil. He's a gentleman that has over 30 years of experience working and studying within the fragrance industry. And we contacted and worked with him in the past to create some of the prototypes that we have today. And we will continue to do so in the future to gain extra insights and feedback. And with that, we have come to the end. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Wow, we still left with 10 seconds. All right. Thank you, Dawn Fragrances. All right, judges, you have any questions? You have 2 minutes.
Maybe I can start with the first question, then the rest of the judges can follow up. So just want to find out from you, do you know why they don't disclose the ingredient list? You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they have, in some cases, they actually do disclose it. You can see within the ingredients label but they use very scientific terms. Of course, it's also a trade secret, you know. You can't just put out everything that you put into your products and leave it out there for people to easily replicate. That's for the protection of their own trade secrets. But to a certain extent, they do need to be quite honest about what are the side effects of some of the ingredients that they have in their products actually do.
Okay, anyway, that question is more for you to ponder on. And then the second thing is the more crucial one that I want to talk about. So you put across the point that non-disclosure of ingredients is the problem you want to try to solve, and you try to solve it with a natural and more price-friendly perfume, right? Now, the thing is, if it's natural and price-friendly, but you don't disclose the ingredients, does it actually solve your problem?
When we talk about we'll actually be making, it's also, how do I phrase this? It's not just in the product itself, about how we market the product. We actually talked about this within our group discussions. Throughout one of our marketing campaigns, we'll actually be talking through about how we actually create our products, the actual behind the scenes of actually mixing the ingredients, buying them together. And it will be part of our marketing campaign for brand awareness. And this is where the non-disclosure of ingredients within our business comes into play. We'll actually be very open about what actually goes into our products. So we eliminate that problem altogether.
Okay, so you will disclose. Okay, that's all I need to know. Thanks. Can pass on to the other judges.
We have time for one last quick question.
Hi, Sanjeev, right?
Yes.
Saying that your ingredients are just essential oils only, right?
I cannot really hear you that well, sorry.
Okay, your ingredients more or less are using essential oils, you're saying, right?
Yes.
In the current market now, I believe that there's people doing that as well. So what makes you so different from the rest then?
Of course, it's a very common thing to do for perfume companies to actually take essential oils from already existing companies. But what we are trying to do is more than just within the product. Our unique selling point isn't just the product itself, but how we actually run the business. Like I mentioned earlier, actually disclosing what we actually do behind the scenes through our marketing campaign. So a lot of it will come from also how we interact with our customers and what we do to our consumer base through marketing, through direct sales. So our unique selling point isn't just within the product, but how we actually run the entire business.
Okay.
Thank you. I now invite the next team. Trevin. Trevin? You may unmute yourself. Okay. Able to share screen.
Sorry, but I don't the option to share. Oh, sorry, it's here.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
In 3, 2, 1. Good evening, judges and fellow pitchers. My name is Kimon, and I'm here to share with everyone today, Trevin, our idea to rediscover fun and excitement in Singapore. Hence, at Trevin, together with the rest of my team, together with the rest of my team, we uncovered two main problems that we wish to solve. Firstly, tourists and locals finding local attractions boring and repetitive. I'm sure all of us have been to the big names like USS or Sea Aquarium, are bored of those locations. And the second issue, Singaporeans are unable to find exciting activities to do together with their friends and families during the weekend. And is Singapore boring? I'm sure many of us in the call and many of us across Singapore will agree so. But I'm actually here to share with everyone that this is not the case. Singapore is actually a very interesting and unique country with many different unique experiences that both international and local influencers are trying to bring out. Hence, what is our solution? Our solution at Trevin is to create a gamified platform that enhances the exploration of such hidden gem locations through rewards and activities. Now I shall talk more about our products, which are our themed adventure packages. In today's example, we shall take a look at the movie themed package. As you can see, these are the following interesting spots in Singapore under this package. One of the more interesting spots is the projector, which is actually a 1960s style cinema that allows Gen Z individuals like me to experience how it was like watching movies back in the good old days. At these unique locations, our adventurers had to complete a certain set of tasks and challenges in order to gain points and move on to the next stage. After they completed the task, they will verify their accomplishment with us through Telegram, where they will receive points and be put into different tiers. Depending on which tier you are, you will be able to redeem different rewards, much like a video game. At Traveling, we understand that partnerships is the most important thing. Hence, we already have a few partnering locations that are either confirmed or currently in discussion that are working with us. In the next step, we wish to approach Singapore Tourism Board in order for us to gain more traction in attracting more local unique locations. Why is it a good time for traveling to come in now? Well, the borders are reopening up and more tourists are going to be coming into Singapore, with more than 3 million estimated tourists coming in 2022. Hence, we hope here at Traveling, we can make coming into Singapore a more unique experience, not just for Singaporeans, but tourists alike. I thank everyone for their kind attention. I hope you can join Traveling and us in the journey in creating creating unique experiences for locals and tourists alike. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Just now I was trying to on my webcam. Sorry.
No, it's all good. Okay, judges, we have 2 minutes.
Let me borrow the question from Robin earlier. So there are already quite, there's a few, companies that are trying to do something like that. In fact, there's one that does it for, say, the Chinatown area, and another that does it for the Pulau Ubin area. So I think you are aware of them. So how are you then different from them?
As I mentioned, we borrowed one heavy aspect of it is the continuation of gamification. I agree with you that there are actually these companies that are present. I know that a lot of companies are trying to pivot to this direction. But again, as Gen Z individuals who have played video games growing up, we tend to create unique activities based on the location itself. So we actually go to the place and scout it out and think as a Gen Z, what are the fun things we like to do. So what separates us is the aspect of gamification, where if we keep going back to these locations together with Traveling, have fun with your friends and all, you'll be able to gain points and in this way accumulate them and gain rewards, something that many of our competitors are not doing.
Okay, thank you. Leave it to the rest of judges.
Okay, hi, Tia. Robin here.
Hi.
Okay, interesting idea, but the thing is that, have you considered how are you going to coordinate, to do the coordination work on site? So for example, you have the provider, but you're saying that you're going to create something unique experience for the guests, but how are you going to coordinate that part, you see?
Well, based on what we have done so far, how our experiments have been running out, and based on the partners we have, how it's been conducted so far is we're actually not present on site itself. So the locations that we are working with, they'll be notified that our customers, our adventurers are coming there, and we will have a letter of intent for them that they will be doing certain activities so that the location is aware. And actually a lot of these activities help the locations. I can give you an example that one of our activities was at Keith Cafe was to share their food and was to share the location and their favorite dishes there. So based on that, the locations are quite happy to work with us since we tend to make the activities help them as well. So there is not much coordination for us besides notifying the locations that our customers are going or doing the bookings with them when they're actually doing the activities, because it's more of our own time, own target kind of thing.
Okay, I have to stop you here. Time's up.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for the questions, everyone.
Thank you. Okay, now we move on to the next team. We have the second base. Second base. Give me a...
Hello.
Right.
Hi, we cannot share the screen while someone else is sharing. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yep. Okay, we may share now. Are you able to share now? Can you share now? Should be able to. Right, good. Okay.
All right, Alan, are you there?
Yep.
Right.
Everyone
All
can
good.
hear me.
Okay. You may now. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. You may begin.
Good evening, everyone. We are the second base, and today I would like to bring forward a question. Have you ever wondered how much clothing Singapore wastes per year? And more importantly, how much of that waste is being recycled a year? That brings us to our problem that all Singaporeans face. Exactly 156,000 tons of textile and leather waste was thrown away by Singaporeans in just 2021. That equates to 64 Olympic swimming pools worth of clothing, and only a measly 4% of that was recycled. And it takes approximately 3,000 liters of water just to produce one single cotton shirt. Imagine the amount of water that is wasted in the process of creating these clothes that are being thrown away. And the next problem is that people are getting bored of their clothes after just their first wear. In fact, a third of Singaporeans have thrown away clothing after wearing them just once. That brings us to our solution, which is to save money and prevent impulse purchases while reducing clothing wastage. And we do that through our business. So basically, we rent out good quality second-hand clothing and rework second-hand clothing that are defected and unsalvageable to give them new life and new value. And we also resell them online and through our pop-ups. So next, our value proposition. So this is the value that we aim to give to our customers, which is making streetwear affordable and stylish in a sustainable way, using only second-hand clothing. Next topic.
Thank you, Alan. Now you might be wondering, how big is our market size? According to Statistica, there's about 442,630 youths aged 15 to 24 in Singapore, which is our target market. And on the left, you can actually see one of the more famous retro streetwear businesses in Singapore, Things with 13.7k followers. With the retro streetwear scene being relatively new and growing, there's a huge upside potential for our business. Next. We did some research for our market validation. We actually sent out Google surveys to our target audience asking them if they're willing to try renting. Despite clothing rental being relatively uncommon in Singapore, a whopping 70% of them said yes. And furthermore, in an article by Lifestyle Asia, 1 in 3 consumers actually prefer wearing sustainable apparel. It also states that vintage retro fashion, like the ones we are offering, became one of the biggest fashion trends of 2020. This truly shows the growth potential of our business. So now this is the product line of our business. So it will mainly be consisting of second-hand items, upcycled products like the tote bags as shown, and also retro streetwear. And for those of you who don't know, retro streetwear is actually like pretty trendy now, especially with like its unique design, because brands don't really make it anymore, making it very, very rare. It also gives off the 90s aesthetic, which teens are looking after. So with that, we are the second base, and we truly believe that sustainable clothing has the potential to reshape the fashion industry and mitigate the industry's detrimental impact on the planet. Thank you.
Time's up. Thank you. Right, judges, you may ask questions. Judges?
Okay, maybe I can start with a question. So just want to understand a bit more what your thought process is, because I know this is an idea pitch, right? So by renting, do you just want to be a platform to facilitate, like AKA carousel, or are you also interested in the part to, collect back, do the washing, cleaning, repackaging, and then doing the rental service?
We are interested in actually doing the latter. So when we purchase from wholesalers in bulk, we will separate like which one are sellable and which one we are planning to rent it out to. So it's more of not a platform, but like we will facilitate all of that you mentioned.
Okay, then should you go ahead with the business idea? Consider the unit economics behind it, because at least to my knowledge, fast fashion, clothes are really not that expensive. That's why they move fast. And so if you want to add in this additional layer of logistics and then the handling, the washing and whatnot, then the question is, why not just buy? So give that more thought.
Streetwear clothes are actually generally pricier compared to fast fashion. Like some t-shirts may cost to like $30, and maybe fast fashion you can find it for like $10-15. So actually the conception is that the streetwear clothes are not as affordable to some people, because maybe it's just not t-shirts, or like let's take into account like bomber jackets or like any outerwear. Outerwears are also more expensive. So when you want to rent that out, you'll be renting it at like more of a percentage of the selling price. So let's say you want to rent it for like a week, like 2 weeks maybe, and we'll rent it at a price of like 10%, which would be more affordable. Because we have considered that people usually only wear clothes once. So that's why we are planning to do rental instead, because they could still save some money.
Okay, understand. I'd like the judges ask the other question before time is up.
Okay, one question, sorry. Just now the first presenter was saying that you guys will be trying to get the clothes secondhand. But then the second speaker was saying that you're going to buy wholesale. So your idea is what? Are you taking in secondhand or wholesale?
The wholesalers that we are purchasing from is actually overseas suppliers, and most of the clothes are already used. So in a bulk, we buy it in one big bulk with about like 50 kilograms of clothes. And there is all used clothes, but then since it's used, it's also like some of it is quite old, and therefore it caters to like what we want it to be, like more vintage and retro. So yes, we are actually purchasing, but we are purchasing a second-hand ones.
Understand, but your idea is to basically recycle second-hand clothing to save the world. Just take note of the carbon footprint also by shipping such a big volume from overseas as well. Yeah.
Right. That's nice. Time's up. Okay. Can we invite the next team? Right. SP upcycling. SP upcycling. You may share your screen. Whenever you are ready.
Good evening, I'm Fitri from Singapore Polytechnic, and today I'll be pitching about my final year project. So in 2020, the world went through a still. COVID-19 brought silence and peace onto the usually busy streets of Singapore. However, amongst this peace is the chaos of accumulating waste resulted from the disposal of medical equipment such as surgical masks. On 14 April 2020, it was made mandatory in Singapore for citizens to have masks on when in public. This, of course, boosted the sales and usage of the standard 3-ply disposable surgical masks. These masks are made of polypropylene material. They are basically plastic. How much plastic has been used to generate billions and trillions of these masks, only for us to use and dispose of daily? How can we ensure that we don't kill the earth in the midst of killing this virus? Well, what if I told you that the mask that you have on every day at work could potentially become a product in its next life? I introduce to you Second Life for Masks. Coasters, tabletops, stationery compartments, these products made entirely of masks. Our team toiled for months to make this happen. We developed 2 methods to convert these mask waste into useful products. The first method involves heating, can produce plenty of plastic products ranging from stationery compartments to toys or even furniture. The second method, which leans more towards sustainability, can produce soft boards and cork products. Besides the fabric material of the masks, the nose wirings from these masks that are not involved in the 2 upcycling methods are retained for other upcycling purposes in applications such as gift wrapping ties or stationery such as file fasteners. I'm calling out to all the mask manufacturing companies. Are you game to play a hand in waste reduction and pacing towards a circular economy? The past few months, we have collaborated with 2 local mask manufacturers. They provided us with batches of rejected masks from their production for us to use to get the project to where it is now. We are open to more collaborations like this. Dear mask manufacturers, you give us your waste and we co-create ideas with you on turning them into products. You've done a big role in tackling this COVID pandemic. Why not tackle the ongoing plastic waste issue at the same time? Thank you.
Right. Thank you. If any questions?
Yeah, one quick question here. So just want to find out from you the source of your mask. Is it those that is clean, completely new, but is rejected at the industry level? So before they go out or for purchase, or is it used?
Those masks are not sold yet. They are rejected by the company before selling.
Okay,
They are
okay.
unused.
Then that makes sense, because if it's used, then there's a issue with all the hygiene and whatnot. Okay. Then I let the rest of the judges ask question first.
If you're using I'm Robin here. If you're using the rejected mask, have you do a survey on what's the percentage of the rejected mask each factory is likely to have? Is it a high number or low number?
We didn't conduct a survey, but the companies told us themselves that each day they produce thousands. Then the rejected would be a very high amount. Like
yeah, high is high, you see. If you say thousands, when you say high amount, are we talking about 600 or 800?
around 600.
Yeah, for every 1,000 masks they have. Yeah. You might want to look into that. Yeah.
Okay.
So also another quick question. How many masks does it take to make your coaster?
That depends on the dimension of the coaster. So for the
for this one?
Now we used 100 layers.
100 layers of PP.
Yeah. 100 because the mask we cut it up before turning it into products, into layers. So basically 100 layers is around 33 mask pieces.
Okay. Then what Robin shared with you earlier, that's something that you really need to consider, because your source of supply might be an issue, unless you say that you got very constant rejection amount of, mask that's being rejected and it's not sold.
Yeah.
Okay, time is up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, can I invite the next team to be our next team would be Lux, you get earn Lux. Whenever you're ready.
Give me a moment.
Sure.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
Okay, you may begin.
Wow, bro, the past semester has been damn stressful, yeah. Having to decide what to wear on top of juggling schoolwork with friends was a real headache, man. Just that day, I spent close to an hour deciding what to wear and was late as a result. If only there was something to help me with this. Hey, you don't seem to have these problems, yeah? How do you do it?
Bro, very simple one. I got your back. I use Lux and Nux for all my clothing needs, making my life hassle-free, and I no longer have to spend hours looking through apps like Pinterest to get outfit inspirations. Lux and Nux is honestly such a lifesaver. I definitely recommend you to try it for peace of mind when it comes to clothing. Now, to share more on what Lux and Nux does, it focuses mainly on a monthly subscription for clothing, with currently 3 different types of packages for consumers to choose from.
Hey, but bro, as a student who's still schooling, I don't have so much money to spend on clothing there. Are the packages affordable?
Good question. I initially had this worry as well, but after looking through the prices of the packages, I felt that they are priced at a decent price point and for what they have to offer, ensuring that you will not burn a hole in your wallet. So don't worry, bro. Price-wise is definitely not an issue. It will always be within your budget.
Hey, but bro, if I prefer a different type of clothing, do they have choices for me to choose from?
I'm glad you asked this. Before signing up for the subscription, Lux and Nux will ask you for your preference on clothing-wise, your gender, size, etc. to get a better understanding on your needs.
Hey, but last question, bro. If I don't want to subscribe to the thing, right, can I get the individual pieces from previous months?
Yes, bro. Besides the subscription model that Lux and Nux offers, Lux and Nux also offer individual pieces for consumers to choose from. These pieces are some of the best sellers that consumers had feedback from their previous subscription package that they purchased. This way, it will provide plenty of options for consumers such as myself and you to choose from. Now, on a serious note, you may be wondering, what sparked the idea of Lux and Nux? As current poly students, we do not have a specific uniform that we are required to wear to campus. This means that the outfit we put on ourselves and portray to others is entirely on us. Furthermore, as business students, we have to take the extra effort to look presentable on a day-to-day basis, which could potentially mean having to dress up 5 days a week, give or take. Thus, it is vital that we have plenty of options to choose from while looking decent for school. Hence, Lux and Lux is here to cater to such needs. Even if it was taken from an out-of-school context, teenagers nowadays place more emphasis and importance on what they wear as it reflects on themselves. As such, the idea of Lux and Lux was born.
Another reason why we decided to start this business was the opportunities that were there, being the increase in consumer spending on clothing and consumers becoming more tech savvy in recent years. Capitalizing on this, we created something that solves the needs of individuals like ourselves, something unique and one that's here to stay. Hence, we hope that you invest in us and help us revolutionize the way we shop for clothing. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Right, judges, you have questions?
Wow, bro, very passionate presentation. Okay, but then again, it contradicts whatever the guys at second base is trying to do. But anyway, I also want to ask you for your thoughts. So I know that your unique selling point here is the subscription package, but what prevents, say, Uniqlo, from launching it tomorrow? How are you going to defend? How are you going to then be different from them?
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
Yeah, you haven't thought about it, right? I'm looking at you.
We did think about it, because our unique selling point is essentially the subscription model, right? Because but we feel that this idea is, then again, it's not proprietary, so yes, you're correct. They can just choose to copy and one day just upskill it themselves. But I feel if they wanted to do that, they would become there really.
Yeah, I think for Uniqlo, right, I think their business model is kind of
different from
us. And then in a sense also, even if someone someone copy our idea, then we also can go back on the individual pieces that we also sell on top of the subscription model in our business.
Yeah. And our designs, our business actually we focus on graphic tees, right? And then we actually have designers that are really I don't want to say at our disposal, but we actually have designers for us to help design our clothes. So our designs are, I would say, more in sense unique to us than as compared to those companies.
Okay, Ken, thanks. But give that a thought. I'll leave it to the other judges.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we don't have much time. We'll have to go to the next team now, right? So judges, thank you. We'll go on to the next team. Can we invite the next team? Team SPAX.
Yes, please give me a little while.
Sure. Are you ready?
Yes, hi.
Okay. Yeah, when you're ready, you may begin.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, I begin now.
Yep, go ahead.
Seasons change, so do we. Hi, we are Specs, and I'm Shenjie. Specs is a company that focuses on men accessories, and we are doing a subscription model ranges from 1 to 3 months. This is the problem that I observed, especially in my school of business. Every man or every guy, when they are doing a presentation, they look the same. They're dressed in white tops and black bottoms. And yeah, I have to admit that they look good, but they all look the same. And what we want to do is that we'll enhance the men's style with the help of accessories, and we wish to style 1 million men in 10 years. Our product have three categories for the customers to choose from. They can either choose a formal or casual or both. In the formal category, it includes tie clip, and cufflink. In casual, it includes necklace, chain, and bracelets. Or they can also choose both. This is an example of what the seasonal or festival package might look like. For the casual, we have a necklace and a bracelet. And for the formal, we have a cufflink, tie, and pocket square that is with rabbit, which basically symbolizes Easter. Yeah, so this is all for our idea. Thank you for your time.
Judges, you have any questions?
Lacks a lot of details. Price and whatever. You got more information to share?
Yes.
I think I'll continue for him. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. We just how do I say? Because our idea is also pretty new. We just came out with it recently only. But for the price, correct? The cost price to make each package, like the one that he showed you, each of them costs less than $15 to make, and we are planning to sell them about $30 for each category. For example, for casual it'd be $30, for formal wear it'd be another $30, or for both it'll actually be $55. We didn't include it in there because we didn't have enough time.
Okay, no worries. Well, I'll let the other judges ask the question first.
Sure thing.
I think I'm Robin here. To build on the question, I think you guys have to think of your price point as well. You are doing a subscription model. You are saying that your cost is 50, you're selling at 30, but both.
So sorry, I can't really hear you very clearly.
You are saying that the price point, your cost is 15, you're selling at 30, right? So,
yes.
But when you're getting both, you're saying you're getting 55. But I don't think you can fit out both the category items of one person, right? So you might want to think of that as well.
What do you mean by not fitting both? Because
like you're saying that you got cuff link.
Yes.
For the formal one.
Yes.
For the casual one, what do you have again?
Necklace and bracelet.
Necklace and bracelet.
Yes.
So if you get cuff link, you're gonna wear bracelets as well. That means.
Oh no, it's their casual wear is for their casual clothes, whereas their cufflinks, everything is for their formal wear. So it's for different timings.
Okay, so it's a different timing. But I think you have to look at your packages. And this is on a subscription basis, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Time's up. Right. We will now invite the next team. Next team would be Arms. Arms.
Can you hear me?
Antonio. Yeah. You may share your screen. Yeah.
Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Give me a second. All right, good evening. My name is Antonio, and together with me are Derek and Denise. Together, we represent Team Loan Shark here today to introduce a time-saving capital management and forecasting software that helps SMEs in managing their cash flow. Our product is called the Account Receivable Management System, or ARMS for short. A major problem faced by SMEs is that they lack visibility of their real-time financial health. When bad debts are managed poorly, the business's solvency risk is higher in this new VUCA normal. The second problem is that chasing late payments without proper training risks straining client relationships. Lastly, account executives are discouraged from following up on payment collection when they receive abuse from clients. Additionally, using traditional KPIs as performance metrics does not reduce the collection time. 1,081 of these SMEs were surveyed in the National Business Survey 2019-2020. It revealed that ensuring a positive cash flow was one of the top 3 priorities of the SME survey. Therefore, any businesses that do not necessarily collect upfront payments all the time will be able to use ARMS to consolidate and manage late payments. Our team will be using Singapore as our test bed. What exactly is our product? ARMS is a web application that models what-if scenarios using a predictive algorithm to generate actionable plans and accurate insights for the finance team to ensure positive cash flow and finance their working capital. ARMS also scores paymasters using data from multiple sources. On top of this, ARMS provides what-else suggestions for SMEs by tracking email usage, thereby reducing the client's dependence on Excel files. Here's how the technology behind our product works. Firstly, ARMS collects data from multiple sources, including first-party data such as historical payment patterns, and trend data such as systematic and unsystematic risks in the economy. One example of this is new safe management measures that might impact sales or cause operations to cease. Then a proprietary predictive algorithm processes the data with artificial intelligence, consolidates clients' late payment schedules, and analyzes their impact on the user's forward-looking financial health. Our unique selling point includes the following key advantages. Firstly, a 360-degree view of the user's relationship with its clients. Next, automatic internal scoring of the user's paymasters. Our product will also allow accounts executives to focus on high-value tasks rather than unproductive client calls. Last but not least, the gamification of payment collection and KPIs means that account executives will enjoy greater job satisfaction. Our product does not aim to replace any of the existing big players in the market per se. Instead, it aims to bridge the gap between CRMs and accounting softwares by focusing on developing the accounts receivable module. While CRMs are for the company salespeople and accounting softwares are for the finance team, our product is designed for management-level personnel. It uses the scoring system to distinguish between good and bad paymasters. Additionally, our product can give early warnings when good paymasters turn bad. This helps the finance team to save time by focusing on servicing the good clients. Here's our go-to-market strategy.
Time is up. Right, thank you, Antonio. Perhaps the judges can ask the questions. Yeah.
Hey, my name is Derek. I will answer the question for the Q&A.
Sure. Judges, any questions?
Hey, Derek. Robin.
Yes, hi, Robin. Yeah.
Okay. This so-called your ARMS is pretty interesting. But can I know your target customers, your SMEs, based on your data source, you are targeting on regular customers, right?
Yes, it could be the existing client of the SMB, which they fail to or have difficulty getting back their payments.
Yep, and it must be a regular customers because you need to study the historical payment patterns as well.
Yes.
Yep. So one thing you might want to look into that and maybe improvise to see whether it can work for SMEs for always new customers, not regular customers. That's number one. Because I didn't see the entire presentation. I don't know what's at the back of your presentation deck. So that's something for you to consider.
Yeah, basically that's just one last slide. So good point. I think we also need to think of how to serve the new customer of the SMB.
Yeah, and what is your way? Because you are doing a trend analysis, but how do you help SMEs to recover? Ultimately, SMEs want to recover all the outstanding payment.
Okay, so basically there's one slide that explain why all these early detection of bad debts is important, because a good paying customer can also turn back anytime, but we are not aware of it. Yeah, so if we notice any change of behavior or any alerts, we can outsource this. We can engage our lawyers or professional debt collectors to help us chase back the payment. So that will help us to mitigate risk for our company.
Okay.
Any other question?
Right. We have 15 seconds. It's all good. Any questions for judges?
No question for me, but just a comment. I like the name, so it's nice. So
Thank
good
you.
job.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thanks. ARMS. We would proceed to the next team. Could I invite the next team? Brandemi. Hope I pronounced correctly.
Yeah, testing. Can you guys hear me? Mic check.
Yes.
Is it loud and clear?
Background noise. There's
hold on,
some background noise, the static noise.
Give me a few.
Testing. Can you guys hear me better now? Testing.
Yes, a lot better. Thank you.
Right.
Right, whenever you're ready.
Right, let's begin. All right, so I see a lot of you guys here today. So how many of you realize that there's over the past 1 or 2 years, the pandemic has caused a lot of people to be unemployed, be it retrenchment or resignation, right? And as well, how many of you also realize that on the flip side of this pandemic, a lot of new businesses and new startups are being formed over the past 1 or 2 years, right? And as startups and entrepreneurs, we always have good business ideas and a lot of good ideas and good startups and good product and services. But on the flip side, right, most of us are not too sure about design. And when business meet design, that's where we have branding. And branding is something that a lot of people might be overlooked because some of us and branding is what help us get our product and services out there. So if you guys are first time hearing me, my name is Dylan. I'm the CEO and co-founder alongside with Cassie, who is also on this Zoom call today. And welcome to A Brand Me, a branding platform made easy for you. So the problem that we realize is that there's too many aspects for branding for non-designers to start a career, and it's too costly for non-designers to engage a branding agency at a very early age, and sometimes it can cost as much as 5 to 6 digits. And it's too time-consuming for non-designers to pool resources to learn everything about branding all over again. So the solution we have is to actually come up with a platform where non-designers can create and start branding with ease by mandatory quiz, quick guided template, and an artificial intelligence assistant. So just to validate our market, over the past 2 years, from 2019 to 2020, there's about increase about 1.2% of self-employed people, which is about 70,000 people in Singapore. And this equals to new businesses as well. As well in the US, it's one of the all-time high where 800,000 people or 800,000 new businesses are being established in 2020. So a little bit about our product. So we have two models, the B2C and the B2B. So for the B2C model, client will come to our platform and choose our categories, be it product, services, personal branding, or corporate branding, and they'll complete a mandatory quiz. After that, they can pick deliverables, and our platform will actually generate ideas and templates for them to use. They can pick, edit, and save, as well as store, manage, and assets afterwards. For the B2B model, it's actually the same, but it's more for design agency and corporate as well, where they can subscribe to our corporate subscription, and they can allow multiple team and staff to reach out to many clients to handle their requests. So that's our competition map, where comparing the two-based company and multiple revenue stream, that's where Brandemy stands at the top right-hand corner. And for our market size, there's about 472 million entrepreneurs worldwide, but we only plan to target 5% of it, which is about 7.5 million people to use our platform. And on the average fee of $19.90 per month, based on the personal account or the professional account, which is the corporate account, our total revenue stream, projected for 2025 per month is about 150 million. So this is just our business model, Canva. And what I want to, and with that, we come to our presentation. Thank you.
Dylan. You may stay on that slide if you wish.
Yes, sure.
Okay. Thank you, Dylan. All right, judges may ask questions.
Yeah, quick question. I think most of us here are quite familiar with Canva. So can you just quickly explain to us what's the difference between yours and Canva?
Definitely. So as you look at all the different competitors on my perception map, sorry, let me go back there.
Yeah, we saw Canva there, right?
Yeah,
so
Canva.
how are you different?
So Canva is actually just a tool-based company where it allows users like anyone of us. It's basically for non-designers, am I right? Anyone can just go on there and just edit and quick edit template. But a Brandemy is what we provide, which is we help shape the question and help create their thoughts into branding. So we're more focused on branding instead of just design aspect. Because branding, there's a lot of aspect of branding as well.
I see. Okay. So let's say Canva decides to do like a Canva for business. I'm not sure if it exists, okay. But I think there's something like that. And they just insert one mandatory quiz to then help them to decide, okay, what branding direction they want to go for. Then wouldn't it be exactly the same you're trying to do?
Okay, so what we're talking about here is about IP, right? So actually each company have their own IP. So Canva actually can do this as well. But now it's a matter about who do it first as well. Or how do I say it? Canva is more towards for non-designers, and how to say, the mandatory quiz is also take a lot of time requirements for people to actually research and actually create these type of questions. Yeah.
Okay, cool, Ken, thanks. I pass it to the rest of judges.
Yeah.
Just a quick question on the design. What kind of design are you doing or focusing on?
Sorry, so just to make it clear, at Brandomly is not only about design. We are talking about things like, example, brand story, brand values, to actually help the brand create their foundation. So it's not really the production or the execution of the work, but it's more of to shape their brands properly, to give them a solid foundation to kickstart.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yes and no, but I would like to know more of how you shape it, and maybe later if we have a choice or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Yeah, I think the how is done, like what Robin is trying to find out. That's the most crucial part, actually.
I think I can go back to my slide of how it actually works. Basically, yeah, so it's like a funnel where actually they can choose the categories, and then it's based on our system. We provide templates for them, or they can do it by themselves as well. So once they create all these, we actually store these assets, and they can use it as a brand guideline. Yeah.
Great, time is up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brandomly. Right, may I now invite the next team? We have team Dream Alive. Dream Alive? Dream Alive, are you there?
Sorry.
Great. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to start now. So
Yes, sure, whenever I'm ready. Yep.
many of us dream, but how many of our dreams actually do come true? Well, maybe just the nightmares. Hi, my name is Florence, one of the co-founders of the progressing startup Dream Alive. The name itself is quite fitting to our team, as it represents our resilience in bringing our dreams to reality. Just 6 months ago, we started as 5 individuals who shared a common dream. Today, we share a team. At Dream Alive, we enable emerging talents to hone their skills, potentially becoming the next big thing. So the problem that we identified is that there are few artist management agencies that cater to developing artists in Singapore. Our solution is simple. Dream Alive is an artist management agency that highlights the in-between group. Essentially, we are a company that wants to become the leading local talent management company for young emerging artists. So our company actually goes by the 3 Gs to help our artists grow their audience, gain experience, as well as gain knowledge. And our team consists of 5 people who are no strangers to the creative industry. So rest assured, we know what we're doing. So as you can see, many talent agencies either cater to the child talents or to the matured talents. But what about the in-between? That's where we come in. So what's so special about us? We're the first to market, inclusive of all performing arts groups and collaborative in nature. Here at Dream Alive, we strongly believe in passion over perfection. As long as you have the will, there is always a way.
Right now, so on to our key target market, we'll be targeting the local emerging artists, key industry players, Gen Zs, and millennials. So to prove that our business is relevant to the Singapore market, we conducted research and found the following. As you can see from the screen, Singaporeans do not show much inclination towards the arts due to the lack of familiarity and difficulty in understanding it. That's where we come in. Through artist management, we will increase visibility of these emerging artists in the eyes of the public, and in turn, they will hopefully better appreciate and support the arts in order to make the artist's dreams become a reality. So the market size we're looking at is about 6,200, and this includes the students pursuing arts-related diplomas or degrees in Singapore. So how will we be earning money? Well, firstly, through talent management and also paid events, followed by collaborations. In fact, we recently met with the director of MedSpace, and a collaboration is in the works for the near future. So for our sites, to better prove that our business works, we've actually opened a few sites and you can see them over there. It's Instagram and Telegram. And these are to collect data to prove that our concept works. So once again, we are a company co-founded by a group of creatives ourselves. And the ultimate question really lies, who will care for these emerging artists? And if not us, who? If not now, then when? Thank you.
Thank you, well done, on time. Right, judges, do you have any questions?
Maybe just a quick check. So what you are trying to do essentially is like I know there are some like influencer talent platforms already, management companies. So you're trying to do something like that, but for the arts, right? I mean, in a nutshell, is that what you're trying to do?
What we're trying to do essentially is because, like what you said, there are platforms available, maybe such as the celebrity agency, but they're more focused towards adult actors. And then for spaces like MedSpace, they are creating and helping young talents like from the age years of 5 years old. So what we're doing is essentially targeting Gen Zs and millennials. So these are what we call emerging artists or aspiring artists in the local arts performing scene here in Singapore. So these are the people that we're targeting primarily.
Okay, and that's how you are different. It's just your target age group and target audience, is it?
I think that is where we primarily focus, which is what sets us apart. That we target the Gen Zs and millennials. But I think something to take note of is that the arts and art performing scene here in Singapore is progressing. So sooner or later, we intend to include more and more people, or even the general public, to hop on board and to know more about the local art scenes and the local artists that we have and the songs that we produce or the art that they are passionate about.
Okay, can. Well, I don't have much comment. I'm not very familiar with the scene, but maybe just one suggestion is, focus on your niche. I think that's where you need to kickstart and catapult yourself into the scene. Yeah, so that's that.
You have time for one last quick question. Any other judges?
If not, I just want to give another comment. This one a bit shameless plug. But Safra side, we got the we got some talent competition that we always do. Maybe we can work together. I'll get my secretariat to talk to you.
Okay, sure.
Right. Thank you. Okay, can we have the last team? One folio.
Are you able to see the screen?
Yep. Yes, we can.
All right. Have you ever wondered why almost all accounting softwares in the market is either very confusing or complex, especially for a business owner without an accounting background? So one thing my team has found out was that 52% of business owners do not even have a basic accounting background. I mean, you just look at what's in the market right now. Everything's either a mess or very complex, and which brings me to my point. You really need to have an accounting background to use any of the accounting softwares currently being offered. And that's where OneFolio comes in. We aim to simplify the way startups and SMEs do accounting, and we ensure that even those without an accounting background can keep proper financial records. So look at our target market. Our power users will actually be accountants, and we'll also be targeting SMEs, but specifically micro SMEs. So look at the market size. There's 200 million SMEs worldwide. Our serviceable available market will be 15 million SMEs, and we aim to capture 10% of this, which is 1.2 million. So what direction are we going down towards? We want to be the Robin Hood of accounting. So when you invest, you might be thinking, why not invest with platforms such as TD Ameritrade or Interactive Brokers? Simply put, just look at the image on the left. If you do not have a financial background, you really do not know where to click. You're just bombarded with so much information, and you really need to go and learn the platform. As compared to Robinhood on the right, they make it intuitive, and most importantly, they made it simple and free for the layman to invest. So look at OneFolio's competitors. We have Wave, Xero, and QuickBooks. Most of them are not free to use, and for the one that is free to use, it does not have a proper financial dashboard. We also note that none of them are non-accountant friendly. So the key features of OneFolio is actually decentralized accounting, where users have a financial dashboard and the ability to generate financial statements. So our current app development process has brought us to these 4 pages. We have transactions, holdings, financial dashboards, as well as some basic insights. So fundamentally, our business model is very different from that of our competitors as we go through a freemium subscription model. We ensure that all users are able to keep proper financial records through our free tier, but for the bigger startups or for the bigger micro SMEs, they also have the premium tier option at $15 per month. So looking at our P&L estimates, we actually aim to hit break-even early 2024, and our minimum point is $150,000, which is how much we're trying to raise. Our future business strategy and plans include finalizing the mobile application in the next 1 year, and crucially, start the collection of user data. With this, we're able to start creating the artificial intelligence, and early 2024, we want to pivot from the current unique selling point to artificial intelligence analytics as the USP. With that being said, are you ready to champion your finances and ditch your nightmares with OneFolio? Thank you.
Right, thank you. Judges, have any questions?
Just a quick comment. I think there are several companies that's trying to do something like that. Off the top of my mind, I recall one is called Financial. So what they do is they partner with the banks. I think you might be familiar with it. I'm not sure if you cover it in your competitor. I think I might miss that part. Okay, yeah, no. So they work with banks like Maybanks, to try to get early SME users to then use, and they also follow a freemium model. So what I'm trying to drive at is maybe you might want to study them also, and then see how then you can differentiate yourself.
Yeah, actually, one thing that we have noted when we did analysis on Financial, right? One of their main key things is actually to get your current bank statements and do reconciliation. But then they will actually go to platforms such as Zero, Wave, and QuickBooks to integrate into their platform. So they act as more of a middleman. And even going to their platform when we have to go and use it, it's also non-accountant friendly. They really have a support staff to help you through the entire process. And they don't help the business owners. They really help the accountants to do their job.
Okay, I hear you. So glad that you've done competition already. Anyway, on Zero, I think you might want to go and dig deeper because my company uses Zero and I think it's quite accountant friendly. So maybe you just want to go and check that out. Yeah. But anyway, I leave the time to the rest of the judges.
Hi, I just want to make a quick comment on subscription model only. Your free tier acceptable to all and your premium tier. But your free tier doesn't allow the user to do invoicing or basic accounting stuff, right? Because I see that you don't accept payment invoicing. If you do, you might want to relook into a free tier offer as well to make it more friendlier to your free user.
Right. So in that regard, we have actually gave them the access to actually give out invoices, send it through email. But if you want custom invoices and of more per month, we only allow the free tier to send about 10 to 20. But if you have the premium tier, it's unlimited and you don't have to pay the service charge of 1% that we charge to free tier.
Okay, got it. But you might want to expand it on your free tier description then.
All right, we'll do that. Thank you.
Yeah. And I think like what Joven has said, Zero actually, I think they tie up with banks is to do the reconciliation work. So that the figures, they want to make sure that month end you will tie back. Yeah, that's a key advantage of Zero.
Understand. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we come to the end for the stage category. Now we would like to invite the judges to the judging breakout rooms. So let me just open the room now. The rest of the startups, you may stay on in this main room itself. So while the judges are doing the evaluation, we will invite Safra to share more about what they have for NSMen and to be NSMen, right?
Hi everyone. Hi, while the judges are away now, as most of you have done your pitch, give me 3 minutes to do my pitch on SAFRA Youth Network. You all can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. All right. You may carry on. Thanks.
Okay, I will carry on. Okay. Firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is Cindy from SAFRA. I'm also representing the SAFRA Youth Network. If you have ever seen SAFRA, we have actually 6 clubs, and we are actually a destination for social recreation, sports, and educations for NS men. Currently, SAFRA has 6 clubs, SAFRA Mount Faber, SAFRA Jurong, SAFRA Punggol, SAFRA Toa Payoh, SAFRA Tampines, and SAFRA Yishun. The newest club that we're going to have is going to be ready in 2022. I hope that you can identify some of the clubs near where you stay. We were formed in 1972. SAFRA's goal was also to aid Singapore Armed Forces to actually boost morale between NS men. Okay, for SAFRA Youth Network, let me introduce a little bit about a history about it. In 2007, we actually formed the Young NS Men Committee, and we aim to engage the young NS Men volunteers to stay current with and get involved with the young generation. So in order to do that, we actually plan to connect, encourage, and bond young NS men, young members, and young community through 3 main focus platforms. The 3 focus platforms are entertainment, entrepreneurship, sports, and wellness. First of all, let me go through for entertainment, what we have. So for entertainment, what you can see is the SAFRA Ultimate Talent. Jovan actually introduced the SAFRA Ultimate Talent. It showcased the youth talents, singing, dancing, solos, and groups. We also have single ready to mingle workshops and advice to start relationships. We also do SAFRA Cheers, something to do with cocktails, content, and contests on our Facebook page. Second, we have our SAFRA Entrepreneurship Club. It's an interest group within SAFRA, where you can find other young budding entrepreneurs to network and also to gain valuable insights from the industry experts and business professionals. There are entrepreneurs, seminars, webinars, masterclass, as well as network sessions and corporate visits that we do. An annual SAFRA Entrepreneur Marketplace. Okay, so what do you benefit out of SEC's membership? You actually have a discount in the admission of our SEC organized talks, business seminars, and networking sessions. We also have exclusive invites for partners events and priority notification for our marketplace. It is free for our SAFRA members, but if you are a non-member, you can join us for term membership, which will cost you $40 for 2 years, which is only $20 per year. Besides that, the Youth Network actually has other sports events. Before COVID, we organize events where teams can team up and compete in Nerf Challenge, go-karts. We also do esports events where you can gear up and go online for mobile gaming like FIFA, MLBB, CODM, or you can consider a career in esports where we have esports careers live on Facebook. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned and participate in our ongoing social media contests on our Sing Facebook and our SAFRA SEC. If you have any questions on entrepreneurship, you can also email us at the email address. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. At the moment, we will have a 5 minutes short break. We'll get back to you. Thank you.
All right, welcome back. I hope everyone is back. Okay, you guys had your bio break. Just checking again. Do we have our early stage team back here? When I call your team name, maybe you can put the thumbs up. The emoticon. Essential. Great. Kofiko. Nice. Earth Bamboo.
Present.
Okay. Speed Q. Speed Q. Yeah, great. Okay, and Moto Square. Okay, awesome. All good. Right. So we'll proceed to the next phase of our next big idea challenge. Right. In this segment, we'll have 5 teams from the early stage category that will be presenting their ideas, business model, and we'll have a lot more expectations for the early stage teams, right? So Essential, without further ado, you may begin sharing. Reminder, you have 3 minutes to pitch and 2 minutes of Q&A. Over to you.
A very good evening to dear judges. I'm Jonathan from Essential, and today we'll be presenting to you on our business idea. This is a team of our co-founders with myself, Bernice, Danin, and Jinkai. Without further ado, our business will be actually tackling on 2 aspects, or instead there will be 2 users. Firstly, for perfumery, and secondly, for aromatherapy. I'll be starting off with the problems faced in the perfumery aspect. Firstly, the scent that we use in our life is actually quite short-lasting due to the general hot weather climate in Singapore. Secondly, there's also skin irritation and apparel stains problems arising due to the usage of scents, perfume. For the market size for perfumery, for a survey done, we actually have 81 responses, whereby 77.8% of them responded that they will use cologne, perfume, or scent when going out. And actually, on a scale of 1 to 10, a huge majority of them expressed interest in purchasing a scented accessory, such as a necklace. With that, Bernice will continue on with the aromatherapy aspect.
So aromatherapy is the practice of using essential oils for therapeutic benefits. And for the problem we would like to tackle with aromatherapy is the rising stress and anxiety levels in Singaporeans ever since the outspread of the coronavirus. And this is due to maybe loss of jobs and loss of social contact, leading to the decrease in mental well-being. So the market size for aromatherapy is seen to grow through to 2028. Okay, so for a study conducted by World Mental Health in 2021, it is found that 30% of Singaporeans felt stress that impact how they live their daily lives, and a shocking 24% felt depressed, sad, and hopeless almost every single day. So why did we choose aromatherapy? Is because we want to tackle the scent, which is the human's strongest sense. It's beneficial for mental well-being and also to a certain extent a human's physical well-being, as well as that is affordable, convenient, and easily accessible. So these are a few scents that will help with calmness, reducing anxiety levels, for better sleep, and for better focus.
With that, I'll be continuing with the prototype drawing of our product. So this slide actually shows what are some of the parts of our product as seen in the slide. We've actually have the necklace chain, a hollow necklace charm design, and inside it will be the aroma beads to absorb and give out the scent. So through the hollow shape of the charm. So the next slide shows this is actually our first prototype of our product. We actually wanted to launch it, but we actually chose to delay our launch because we are actually unsatisfied with this and we're looking for a new supplier. So this product actually is a locket style and the aroma beads will be put inside. So there actually be 2 users. First is for the scent to come up by itself. For the aromatherapy, they can actually bring it closer to their nose to feel the scent and to help relax their mind. So our intended selling price for our product will be about $40 per unit, which is actually a good response from our survey. The cost we have come up with actually about $17.56 per unit, which comes out to 56.1% for the revenue margin that we are going to be earning. And those below are actually some of the costs for our product. With that, we have come to the end of our presentation. We really appreciate your listening. Attention.
All right. Thank you. Judges, you may have questions.
Have you had any sales yet?
Up to now, we actually have not made any sales yet because we have decided to delay the launch of business.
Okay, then how do you price your $40?
We priced the $40 based on a survey done. We actually wanted to achieve a balance between cost-friendly for our targeted age group, which is about 16 to about 30 years old. This is actually a quite fair balance as indicated from our survey, and also at a more price which actually helps to indicate that we are actually
making profits.
Will make profits out of it in order to better improve our products.
Okay, Ken, leave it to the other judges.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, hello, hi. Just want to check, so your company primary focus is on what? Perfumery items, like the beads or the jewelry products?
The main focus will be on our jewelry products. So what we want to do is like add on, the scent will be like sort of an add-on to our jewelry products.
Okay, so your main product.
In a way, our jewelry is actually for fashion jewelry, not the it's cosmetic jewelry. It's not those
for aromatherapy use.
Yeah, I know, because the next question is that for your beads, all these, right, definitely it's expendable items. What is the pricing you're looking at for refills?
For
all the beads refill, how much are you pricing it at?
Oh, the refill, we wanted to price like 10 ml for $10 for the scent.
So for example, for this item, the beads is at 160, right? You're saying the cost item, right?
Yeah.
So what is your selling price to refill the beads?
If they only intend to buy the beads from us to actually refill their beads, we actually feel that we shouldn't price it too much to get too much of profit. So maybe we may be looking at about $2 to $4 inclusive of shipping to actually help them.
500 grams.
Yeah, for about 500 grams of it.
Okay, just take note of your primary item that you are marketing and selling. So basically that's your jewelry items, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, nice, thanks. Time's up. We'll now have next.
Thank you everyone for your attention.
Okay, can we have Kofi Ko?
Hello.
Hi.
Yep. Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Many ways to use coffee waste. Hi everybody, we are CoffeeCo, a startup that repurposes coffee grounds into more useful products. Our mission is to extract maximum potential in coffee grounds through CoffeeCo, and we envision a world with zero waste. So one Starbucks outlet produces about 2 kg of wasted coffee grounds a day, and there are currently about 130 outlets in Singapore, and that results in a total of 95 tons of wasted coffee grounds. So based on Statista's research finding, in year 2020, Singapore produced a total of 6,000 tons of wasted coffee grounds. Did you know that this is a real problem? Wasted coffee grounds at landfills produces methane, one of the top 4 most harmful gases, which produces 28 times more warming effect than the carbon dioxide we know. The Singapore government aims to cut waste sent to landfill by 30%, as mentioned by Dr. Amy Kaur. Is this achievable based on our current solutions available in the market? At CoffeeCo, we want and we will be part of this mission to assist in reaching this goal. So what can CoffeeCo do?
Our solution is to reuse and recycle wasted coffee grounds into various useful products for both the B2B and B2C sector. For B2B, we have solid fuel, coffee logs, raw materials for construction, bioplastic. For B2C, we have candles and accessory trays. This is our solid fuel. We created this from recycled coffee ground waste as a substitute for the commonly used hexane solid fuel tablets. As you can see in the video, the solid fuel is fully compatible with amestine, which is commonly used by our very own SAF. You can even easily cook an egg in it. You might ask, why CoffeeCo solid fuel? Because they are environmentally friendly compared to hexane solid fuel, which releases sulfur dioxide. The first in the market. Using our own special formula, it burns longer at a much higher burn temperature compared to the usual burners. The market size is huge, and we have identified a few potential target audience: SAF, outdoor adventure centers, and other businesses. For the first year, we aim to capture just 2% of SAF, which is about 29,000 users. We even managed to set up a pop-up store during the RHB event 2022 to showcase and sell our products. We got to pitch to different ministers and they all took great interest in our solid fuel. Hopefully, this exposure will link us to the relevant authorities to reach our intended target audience. This is our projected revenue for the first year. Based on progressive growth to reach 2% of our market size, it gives us about $220,000 turnover in the first year with a profit margin of roughly 75%. Meet our amazing founding team with Anton, Rayson, Loges, and Kai. Together, we envision a world with zero waste. Thank you.
So thank you so much. Judges, have any questions?
Okay, first thing, I think, well, you are obviously trying to target the Singapore market first, right? So I think you need to clarify some of your facts. In Singapore, our landfill is after we done waste to energy, so after it's burned, you know, before it goes to Semakau as ash. So you might want to correct that fact. Other than that, I think this is actually quite an interesting idea. I never knew that coffee grounds can be made into solid fuel. Maybe just want to know more, you know, have you already thought about how you want to upscale this and what the possibility behind it? Because frankly, for myself, I can easily get you like quite 1,000 tons of coffee grounds, because I know people who are trying to solve this issue and they are the one that's producing the coffee grounds.
Okay. I'll answer this question from my perspective. So as our perspective, we are planning to rent a warehouse and as well as a factory once we have the funding. And we are going to make use of machinery. So currently, all our solid fuel are handmade. But once we have heavy machinery, the process will be really fast. So we can expect to provide for around 10 to 20,000 consumers for the solid fuel tablets first, because we are planning to sell them in packs, and one pack has about 4 pieces.
May I also add on? So we actually have a 1-year partnership with Starbucks. So that will actually help us in our upscaling, as the partnership from them will really help us in our research and development stage to make our product better and scale up in the future.
Okay, well, I'm going to pass the rest of the time to the judges, but you know, let's connect separately, because I'm very familiar with this space, so might be able to help. Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I have my list out there, but what's your revenue model for your business?
Okay, Rayson can answer that.
Okay, so for our revenue model, so our cost price is actually less than 10 cents per piece, as we found a new supplier. And actually, our profit margin right now is roughly 75% after after minusing the overhead costs roughly. So that brings us to a 75% profit margin. So each piece actually we'll be selling it at 25 cents per piece. We are trying to match the price of the hexane solid fuel right now so that we can get our name to the market. And after that, we can do further on negotiations with the SAF.
Okay, you got more products in your pipeline, right, for the coffee grounds?
Yep.
And I think in Hong Kong, there's a company that's doing similar things as well.
Okay, my time's up. We have to provide the next team to come on.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Good to see the progress since the Bitly hackathon.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Invite the next one.
Good evening, everyone. Give me a moment to share my slide.
Made of bamboo. Great.
Yep, made of bamboo. Okay, I shall begin now. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jacob, and today I'll be presenting to you my startup, Earth Bamboo. So Earth is a bamboo tissue brand, and our tissues are made of 100% bamboo pulp. It's natural and unbleached, so that means our tissues are smooth, and it also maintains its natural color brown. It is currently manufactured in China. So why are our tissues made of bamboo? So that is because bamboo is the fastest growing plant in the world. It takes 3 to 5 years to harvest a bamboo plant, while it takes 15 to 20 years to harvest a tree made of oat. So let's compare bamboo tissue with a tissue that is made of wood pulp. So bamboo tissues are better for your skin as it is unbleached and is free of harmful chemicals, is more absorbent and stronger, and it's also more environmentally friendly than tissues made of wood pulp. Based on our reviews, we have received a lot of positive reviews. We have 354 five-star reviews out of 367 reviews on one of our platforms, and we only have 4 non-5-star reviews for our soft tissues across all our platforms. So this is our current distribution channel. So we are mainly on all the big established online channels. And recently we have gotten into Sinopec petrol station. So this is our past and current sales figure. So as you can see, we have started our selling from the month of May last year. And since then, our sales have been growing at a steady rate. However, in December, our sales dipped because our products went out of stock. However, since then, our sales has been growing at an exponential rate, hitting a peak sales of 3,160 units sold so far for the month of March. That amounts to $11,000 in revenue so far this month. So the market potential for the tissue industry is huge. A few years ago, there was a revenue of 196 million for toilet paper sales in Singapore, according to Statistica. And currently, based on our current sales volume of 65,000, we only hold 0.04% of the market share. And the demand for environmentally products are going to be increasing in demand. And they're growing at a rate of 20%. So we will forecast our sales to be going up. So next, I would like to introduce you to our team. So our team is relatively small. It only consists of 2 members currently. So I'm in charge of the business development side, while my partner is in charge of the marketing side. Unfortunately, she's not here today. We will be looking to grow our team as our business grows. So here are some of the marketing campaigns that we have done last month. And our mission is to make bamboo tissues more affordable, and we aim to take the green premium away for purchasing bamboo tissues as it is known to be slightly more costly. So, thank you.
Thank you. Time's up. Okay, judges, any questions?
Yeah, so I happen to also know this space, and a good friend of mine is your competitor who runs Bamboo Low. So I think you're very familiar with them. So how are you different from Bamboo Low?
Yes, so that's a very good question. So one of our key difference is in price. So we are much cheaper than Bamboo Low. We are selling around $1 to $1.50 cheaper than Bamboo Low and our other competitors like Cloversoft and No Trace. So the reason why we could sell much cheaper than them is because we do not spend a lot of money on our marketing effort, and they have come into the market about 2 years before us. So there was a lot of brand awareness for them to be done. So for us, for our marketing, we have saved our cost by doing good promotions with Sinopec, and yeah, our marketing is basically free. So that means that our cost price for our products to the consumers will be a bit lower than them, as we do not pass on the cost to our marketing cost to our consumers. Yep.
Okay, so you're saying your only difference is in the way you market. That's all.
Yes, and hence our price difference, as they have spent a lot of money on marketing, resulting in their higher price compared to ours.
Okay, understand. I'll let the judges ask the rest.
Hi. So basically, how do you? What is your idea of getting customers to come back to you?
Yeah, so for the bamboo, okay, so our product, so we're in the tissue industry, so we are in the FMCG space, so it's quite a competitive space. So one way we aim to do it is by having a brand loyalty, which means that we are trying to price our products at a much lower price than our competitors, and hence it has caused a lot of our competitors' customers to switch over. And so far, based on our reviews, we can see that there's quite a high customer retention. as we have quite a lot of good reviews for our products. So I think our aim for the business is more of also trying to take as much market share as we can, and our focus is also not really that much on also like retaining our customers as much as expanding our business.
Okay, thank you. Time's up. All right, thank you. Can I invite the next team? Speed Q. Q.
Hello, mic test. Can you hear me?
Yes,
is my screen viewable?
No, we don't see your screen.
We don't see
Okay,
your screen.
give me a moment.
Okay,
Now?
Yes, we can see your screen now.
Okay. So, very good evening to everyone. My name is Adan, and I'm the co-founder of SpeedQ, a digital food ordering platform. So, it is being launched and supported in Singapore Polytechnic, aligning with SP's Smart Campus initiative. So, SpeedQ is here simply because why queue when an app can do it for you? So, SpeedQ is here to offer convenience to consumers, increase sales revenue for food vendors, and provide efficient management for food court owners. To summarize it for you, CFB, SpeedQ is here to make things cheaper, faster, and better. So how do we provide convenience to consumers? Well, have you ever felt a time that you were disappointed to realize that your char siu rice you always wanted to eat sold out before you could get your hands on it? Or was there a time where you got impatient or tired standing in a long physical queue for your food? Or was there a time where you couldn't order the food you wanted simply because you ran out of cash and the vendor did not accept digital payments? Well, SpeedQ is here to solve these pain points by firstly, allowing you to essentially skip the physical queue by ordering online. Instead, you can conveniently find a seat and simply wait for your food to be ready. Secondly, you can now pre-order your food digitally anytime and anywhere. You won't be disappointed with your food items being unavailable when it is your turn to order. Lastly, you can also go cashless by paying digitally. Then, you don't have to worry about ever having cash in your wallet. So next, for food vendors, it is no doubt that digitalization makes business operations and processes more effective and efficient. Big brands like McDonald's and Hai Di Lao lead the way with their e-kiosks, mobile ordering, and robot waiters. However, in most cases, it is often easier said than done. You got to have the experience, skills, and resources to make it happen. Hence, it is safe to say that it is challenging for small-scale vendors to digitalize independently and to the level that big brands are doing. Furthermore, the effects of COVID-19 have taken a toll on many of these small-scale vendors. Consumers have shifted their preference to ordering and making payments digitally. Some vendors have kept up the trend, however, many did not. To give an example, a food vendor in SP feedback that sales has dropped as much as 50% since the start of COVID. Hence, by digitalizing, we can increase their sales revenue with features like group buy, vouchers, and product bundling. We can improve their operation efficiency by doing more with less. And we can also improve their customers' experience because a good experience would mean customers coming back to repurchase their products. So our business model is relatively straightforward and sustainable. Our revenue model will be from consumers through a subscription-based model with a freemium approach. And for food vendors, with a small commission fee for every sale made through the platform and marketing fee from vendors who wish to be advertised on the main menu. As we are a service provider, SpeedQ mainly incurs operating costs and little fixed costs. Hence, this is the end of our presentation. SpeedQ is available in both iOS and Android. Feel free to scan the QR code to have a look. Yep.
All right. Thank you. Just nice. Okay. Judges, if any questions.
Hi. Hi, I would like to ask a question is that because there are many other apps on the market that are doing exactly not, I won't say the same, but similar things. So can I ask also what makes this app stand out from the rest when all the other apps they are developed by larger companies and they have collaborations with partners like the banks or other payment methods? Yeah.
Okay, so to answer that question, I think the first thing that you mentioned in the sense that is in the same category, but the way actually we are doing is a little bit different. Just for some examples like Grab and Foodpanda, they are essentially doing food delivery, where ours is actually ordering online. So there's a different aspect to that. Then one factor we have is actually we are working on a market that is actually untapped by them. What we have plans is to actually get it started in school food courts essentially. Because actually these companies like Grab, Foodpanda don't have access to food to schools and their food courts. And if you add that up in total, that's about 500,000 of students itself. Secondly, our business model and their business model is a little bit different, like I mentioned just now. Ours, we are focusing on consumers who actually order their food on site rather than consumers who order like their food via delivery. Just to give some examples, actually 90% of consumers still actually order their food physically on a daily basis rather than delivering their food. So actually the market demand is still there. And secondly, the way Grab and Foodpanda does essentially at the moment right now may or may not look very convincing because of the way because of the target market that they are focusing on, which in this case, they are actually focusing on encouraging consumers to spend rather than actually helping the food vendors itself. Just one example, they are charging like 30% commission for the food vendors for every sales made through the platform. For us, we only charge a sustainable 5% fee. And like because of that, like if you see, I think the recent news that Grab reports like 1 billion loss in the fourth quarter because of heavy incentive spending. So whether or not the business model at the moment right now does not look very promising. Yeah, so ours is actually a little bit different. Yeah, ours is more healthier in the sense that we want to focus more on helping vendors in terms of digitalizing their food processes rather than spending a lot of money on incentives to encourage customers to in a sense artificial growth to encourage customers to use the platform. Yeah.
Okay, so the main target group will be for schools, which is poly or let's say university or other.
Poly universities at the moment, right now, poly universities, JCs, and like other schools. But definitely, these schools are not the one that we will stop. But it's definitely a platform that we want to start because we have a first mover advantage. You don't have to spend a lot of cost on like marketing, competitive marketing. When we get to in a sense manage to monopolize this market, we can actually have the power and resources to actually go outside to challenge the other competitors. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
May I just quickly add one point? There's actually a competitor that does exactly the same thing as you. And you reminded me of them because you said YQ, right? They are actually just called YQ. And they are already on NUS actually. So you might want to go and take a look at what they do and how maybe you can then differentiate from them.
So to answer that question, YQ actually gets, they actually, in a sense, they partner a lot with Foodpanda and Grab to allow delivery platforms to have access to the food to like those small scale vendors. So they are still in a sense a lot on a delivery side, whereas ours is allowing consumers a platform to order their food and then collect it on site in a sense. Yeah. So I think YQ, if you notice, they are more focusing more on the delivery side actually. Yeah. But yeah, we actually did our research and then we noticed the competitors. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but go and take a look. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks. Thank you. Time's up. We now invite the last team, Moto Square.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Do you see my screen as well?
We can see your screen.
Yeah. Hi, good evening, judges and the rest of the audience. I'm Pei Wen from Motor Square. As a biker myself, it is common to face problems that sellers and buyers face. Sellers need to sell at the price he desires, and buyers need to feel assured in the quality of the second-hand motorbike, as well as needing loans and insurance for his new bike. Both buyers and sellers have a lack of trust, and they are in need of a platform to help them make this transaction happen. Hence, Motor Square is a platform that ensures a fair and transparent motorbike community where transactions can be done in the simplest and quickest way possible. We have developed the first and only full-stack services platform for motorbikes in Singapore, aimed at increasing the transparency of pricing methods using an algorithm pricing model built from transaction data, with marketplace features for servicing vouchers and accessories, allowing product comparisons and stock availability. We want to develop a digital identity for motorbikes that transacts through our platform, where it collects the documentation about the history of motorcycles and stores it into blockchain. With MotorSquare system, owners can save all the information related to a motorcycle's life into the blockchain, such as mileage, invoices, and money invested into modifications, as well as the photos of the related components. Currently, our business model is to charge merchants $200 or $300 flat rate to list on our website, as in payment to us at $200 or $300 per successful transaction, and listing on our website is for free. We are also we are also collecting a commission cut from them for services for C2C, which is financial loans as well as insurance. So for transactions that are done through the website, information will be stored onto decentralized blockchains so as to ensure the transparency of data and hence upping the value of the bikes if it were to be resold. This is our market size, and our serviceable obtainer market amounts to $4.32 million. And in the near future, expansion into other Southeast Asia markets translates to a market sizing of $15 billion in Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, and Philippines, where motorbikes are actually their main source of transport. These are our competitors in the market. Carousel and SG Bike Mart provides general listing services and evaluation of other competitors. MotorSquare stands out in terms of our full stack services provided. We have also conducted an auction to test the demand of such a platform in the market, with 400 bidders and 19 sellers participating in the auction, as well as 400 clicks on the event day itself. In the long term, this is our overseas expansion plan, as well as our serviceable obtainer market in each of the countries. In the long-term vision of MotorSquare, we are working towards the build-up of a circular economy where we achieve sustainability through recycling, reconditioning, and reusing of vehicle parts through the information collection from the servicing in the blockchain of the bike owners. This is in tandem with the big data collected through our ecosystem to drive innovations in the automotive industry. Our end goal is to promote carbon neutrality and sustainability in the automotive industry, starting from our community. I believe with the team expertise in the business analytics and economics forecast, we are able to scale up the business and expand the business. We are currently under ESG Founder Grant, as well as the SMU Incubation Program. And we are supported by a team of trusted and reliable panel of advisors, Dr. Young and Ms. Yvette, where they have expertise in building up of a startup. So this is my story, MotorSquare, the platform that revolutionizes the bike through trust and transparency by connecting bikes. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, judges, your questions?
I'll let the rest speak first. Every time I talk first.
Okay, then I'll start first, Jovan. My only question is that why stop at moto?
Because we feel that motorbikes is currently the served industry in Singapore, whereas for the car industry, it's a huge market. There's a huge quantum for the car industry, but currently there are players such as Carousel, which is one shift, Caros, as well as like other platforms like Motorist that are servicing the car market. So we would like to start from the motorbike industry whereby it's underserved.
Okay. High-end bikes?
Both high-end bikes and those smaller CC ones.
Okay.
Anything from MC?
Yeah, actually, I'm very interested in the blockchain part that you have explained, that you want to put all the data onto blockchain to ensure transparency and also like the kind of reduction in all your goals. But I just would want to know that for this part of the project, do you have any plans on how are you going to do it, or can your team support this kind of change or this kind of yeah?
Oh, sorry for interrupt. Yeah. Oh, okay. So is my team able to support? For now, yes, because my CTO is currently a full stack developers, and we are currently having like 5 interns on board with us, which is from SMU, Com Science, as well as IS, which is the information system. So they are actually helping us to develop the blockchain portion of the business, as well as the AI part of the business, whereby we want to do an algorithm-based pricing based on transactional data. So we collected historical transaction data from bike companies, and then we try to develop an algorithm pricing system whereby we can factor in those kind of market forces, which is the price ceiling as well as the price floor Then for the blockchain side, we are actually developing our own blockchain system whereby we have an entire ecosystem in order to protect the ownership of the information, such as the privacy, as well as to avoid like asymmetry of the information. So we are feeding data into the blockchain as well as to explore that part of it. That's done by the tech team currently.
Okay, so for you say you're going to build your own ecosystem. So are you going to build your own chain, or does that you're going to build your own DApps and stuff, or that's just part of the plan at the moment?
Yes, that's actually part of the plan at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Right. Back our time. Yeah. Maybe one quick question. Anyone else? Joven, sorry, any questions? Joven,
No question. But just want to share a comment. I know Yvette, nice lady. Good that you get her as a advisor.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Peiwen. Okay, so now the judges will proceed to the evaluation. Judges, may I invite you to join the breakout room? Right. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Our judges have done the evaluation. We have finalized scores for idea stage and early stage startups. Total top 3 winners. And before we announce the scores, and after that, we also would like to proceed to closing on the event. I would like to first invite everyone to turn on your cameras. If we could do a photo taking together, also to make sure everyone is back here before I announce the scores. Could everyone turn on your cameras, please? Okay, great. Okay, we have some more yet to turn on the cameras. From Dawn Fragrances, second base, Coffee Co. Okay, at least one of the representatives are here. Okay, good. Right. Okay, I'll proceed to take a photo. Yeah, Zach. Okay, can see you. Essential, your team members want to join into the camera. Okay, great. I can see you. Oh, good. Three, yes, maybe slightly down a bit. Yeah, okay, good. Okay, I'll take a photo now. 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay, one more. 3, 2, 1, smile. We have next stage. Yes, carry on smiling. Quick one. Your practice your cheek muscles. Yeah. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Oh, Alan just came in. Okay, again, one last one. 3, 2, 1. Oh. Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, I will now proceed to announce the winners. Right. So the prizes, if you guys not aware, we did mention we have 5,000 US dollars worth of prizes for top 3 winners. So for top 2 winners, because as we have 5 teams from early stage, we have 1 winner. And we have 10 teams from idea stage, we have 2 winners from the category. Each of these teams, these 3 teams will be walking away with 5,000 US dollars AWS credit, and also the proceed to the quarterfinals of Entrepreneurship World Cup Singapore. And the quarterfinals will be competing with the top 50 startups across nationwide. And of course, Entrepreneurship World Cup would entitles you'll be then potentially be representing Singapore to the global finals that will be held in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. All right. So the winner for the early stage, idea stage first, the first 2 teams for idea stage, we have ARMS, right? Congratulations. Right. So the next idea stage winner would be Brandamy. Congratulations. Right. Then finally, the early stage winner would be Moto Square. Congratulations to all 3 winners. Right. We'll reach out to you shortly after today's program, and you'll be receiving your prizes as well. Directly, you receive an email from me directly, and then let's connect. For those who weren't able to be the top 3, don't feel bad about it. We're all here learning. We have compiled a good amount of feedbacks and insights from the judges. Some words of advice as well. We'll be sending to you shortly. And of course, this is Entrepreneurship World Cup that you'll be get access to. It starts in April. If you are not the top 3 winner, the other 12 teams, you may still apply to compete in Entrepreneurship World Cup that will be happening in June itself, our national finals. The winning team will then represent Singapore and Riyadh, Saudi Arabia for the Global Championships. So this was in 2019, and we would also be going there again in a couple of days' time. Yeah, so we have our national winners. So it's fully funded to Saudi Arabia for the global finals if you're representing Singapore. So these were for the last year. In fact, we had 2 teams that were flown to Saudi Arabia to represent Singapore. Alan from NDR Medical, and so we have the the Authentic platform. Yes, so these 2 teams were brought into were flown to Riyadh, competing with other 100 companies globally. Right. And if you're interested to be a participant or a volunteer with us, you may scan this QR code or visit the bit.ly/EWC form. You'll find more information there. So the official application is not yet open, but this is an pre-registration for your participation in this year's Entrepreneurship World Cup 2022. Right, this is our 4th edition. Okay, and I think that's about it. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for your time today. I hope you guys have learned something, got some good key takeaways, and look forward to seeing you in subsequent events. As mentioned, this program wouldn't be possible without the support from our co-organizers, Safra Entrepreneurship Club and Singapore Polytechnic Graduate Guild. So big thank you to them, and look forward to seeing you for subsequent events, and stay tuned to Entrepreneurship World Cup quarterfinals happening on 13th of May. So the top 3 teams, please book your calendar. 13th of May would be our quarterfinals for Entrepreneurship World Cup. Okay, thank you everyone. Have a good evening and see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.